There's a self-serving aspect to that, but if you're running your own business, are you supposed to do everything?
Yeah.
The whole purpose of scaling your business, the whole concept behind scaling your business is that you do less of the day-to-day or the minutia because you've got to think of the big ideas and the big projects. I want to point out something. I'm interrupting you again.
Yes.
She's wearing merch. Beware of everybody.
Trevor.
Welcome to Biz Glitch number 97. It's April 6th, 2024. 366 leap year mistakes that we've made or we've seen other people make to help you have a better experience with your business. Today we're going to talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart going back to my early career in retail when I was a manager. One of the things I learned early on was how to hand off responsibilities to my team, my staff. Was a customer service department in the electronics field. I won't lie. I really just wanted to hand off these jobs because I didn't want to do them. And so the first thing I did was I created a way of teaching these guys really quickly on how to do it the right way. And then I just handed it off because I couldn't be bothered. Nowadays, we call that
Delegating, which I have delegated to you to do these introductions because
I have one job.
One of the things when I first got started, my goal was to replicate myself so that I could continue going out and finding new business. That's one of the things you have to do if you're looking to scale a business or grow a business or build your revenue to make more money. You can't do it all yourself with some of the minutia and some of the nuances of the tasks. The official glitch is, do you trust your delegation skills?
Yeah.
How much do you trust that you can delegate effectively? Do you know who you're delegating to? Do you know how much you're delegating? Do you know specifically what you want to relinquish so that you can do the things that you're good at that you know grow the business?
Or like me back in my 20s, you just do a lot less.
Now,
and I'm sorry, there is one thing about delegating. Do you know how to train your folks to take over the task that you're delegating?
Well, that's where I'm thank you as usual for not reading the glitch to know that that is a natural segue into part of the goal and action.
You're welcome. That was my pleasure.
Now, of course, I'm going to project a lot of things that I've experienced personally because this is my project. I wrote it. I wrote a lot of all the glitches. You came up with some of the ideas, but I expounded upon them or embellished them or whatever. And the thing is, like, for me, I enjoyed new business development. I enjoyed the rainmaking, networking type tasks. So I would delegate filling out the insurance applications or handling incoming calls. And that might be something you love to do. You may like having the pulse on customer service, and therefore you have to delegate the sales
Finger
stuff.
on the pulse.
What did I say? I always mess up. Yeah, I always mess that up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The goal and the actionable item are linked back to one of the very first glitches in the very first week of this project, which is unearthing that procedure manual. And taking inventory of the tasks. And if you don't have the procedure manual, or if you haven't dusted it off in a while, this might be a good time. This could be how you have a team meeting. What are we doing? Who's doing what? And how can we divide and conquer the tasks to get them somewhere so it's cohesive? And you can also delegate.
A word of caution about that whole team meeting concept when you're dealing with delegating.
Okay.
And again, I learned this in that early days of my career in my 20s because I did that and I asked my team for feedback, and I was totally shocked and flummoxed and flabbergasted with their feedback, which was not what I was expecting at all. And I just decided, okay, I will never make that mistake again. Does that sound familiar? Biz glitch mistakes? Oh, yeah. And I never asked for feedback again because when you're talking about delegating, remember, you're asking people to do more work. And it will be, for most folks, a natural inclination to try to resist taking on more work.
This is a very good point, and I want to point out that I'm not talking about the actual act of delegating in a team meeting. What I'm trying to say, not very well evidently, is
But now you're being specific, and that's terrific.
Yes. The team meeting could be where you're all brainstorming about the customer journey process and then who's doing what, who's touching on what. Because if you're collectively discussing the customer journey, then maybe that's where you can find where there's gaps or there's gray areas or, I thought you were doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Are you doing that? It's not about so much like, okay, you're going to be in charge of that. No, I'm saying have it be where it's a cohesive meaning to be a part of the process.
Kind of sounds like a psychological backdoor to teaching people that they got to take on more responsibility.
Okay. Well, we can agree to disagree or
disagree.
Or we can debate that. I'm not saying that this is where the delegating happens. That's where the one-on-one meetings would be. What I'm saying is you're talking about the process as a whole collectively so that everybody's aware that everyone has a part in the process. Okay? Because, listen, there's already a process, and if you have a team and they're doing their jobs, they're doing part of the process. So what I'm saying is, how's the process going? And that's where you can effectively micromanage. All right, they think that they're actually sending an email welcoming them, but nobody's doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're kind of mapping out the journey to then you as the owner of the business, where are some things that you can improve upon to then put it in the procedure manual.
For the purpose of delegating.
For the purpose of delegating and for the purpose of performance reviews for the person who you thought was doing it, but they're not doing it. So who's doing it?
A funny postscript to my anecdotal story about my early career when I decided other people needed to do more so that I could do less as the manager. Years later, I got to talk to some of the former folks who had worked for me, either when I was a manager or later on when I was actually a district manager level. More than a couple of them told me, working under you, there was one thing about you is you never asked anybody to do something you wouldn't and didn't do yourself.
Yes.
And some of those folks actually went on to work under other managers. And later on, and this is after the company had closed, gone out of business, and we were still connected, we were still friends. I'm still friends with some of them today, 40 years later. They said, you were so much better as a manager than the other guy. And honestly, I'm not kidding. I really started out really just trying to delegate because I really just wanted to do less and kind of sit at my desk and be the manager. I'm the boss.
Oh, God.
Lynn, don't you have an actionable item for today's glitch?
I do. We have a video that is specifically about delegating and all the hats we have to wear. This kicks off where we must have tried on about 14 different hats. But it does talk about not only what I said earlier about documenting tasks and procedures and processes for customer onboarding and all that. Not just onboarding, just anything that has to do with the business that that could be better suited by somebody else's strengths. And the actionable item is this video, I think, talks to that point as well. But again, the key is, and this makes it so much better if you're hiring, if you have this map of procedures, have the map of things that people can expect in their job. We won't even get into job descriptions and how so many businesses don't have job descriptions.
Not to worry. We will revisit that topic several times. We'll see you tomorrow for the next one. BizGlitch 366 every day. We'll see you then.
See you then.
It's all about control and worrying about every aspect of the business, as we hope you're getting the humorous aspect, which is also a serious aspect of our video today. If you're a business owner, then...
Welcome to If Then Thursday. We banter about circumstances and consequences that business owners face every single day.